You're listening to BillyRay Sheppard on the thing right now. We're playing something called Heels and Pearls from his brand new CD called Silk. And you know what? I've got Billy on the phone for us, and he can just tell us about it right now. Hey, how you doing, Billy?
Oh, George, I'm doing great, man. I'm happy to be on your show. I'm loving that people are listening to my music, so it's great.
Well, they're listening to your music on WUSB.
That's right.
That I could tell you. That I could tell you. You know, I was looking at your CD, and I played a few cuts from it on some of my other shows, and I love the picture of your saxophone. Man, tell me about that saxophone you have there, that big, beautiful tenor.
Man, that's my baby. That's the 1932 Selmer. So it's a really, really old horn. It's been around the block, so to speak. It was my grandmother was responsible for me getting that horn, so I love that horn to pieces. It's the actual horn that I use for the recording for all the tenor tracks.
Man, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful looking horn, I'll tell you that. You know, one of the things I found really interesting, before we get started here, Steve Oliver helped you produce this CD.
Absolutely, man. It was such a pleasure and an amazing experience to work with Steve, man. Just a great guy, wonderful person, and all of that aside from being a great musician, he was just a joy to work with. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, he's really excellent. Well, because it's funny, because a few weeks ago, about a month ago, I interviewed Chris Guthrie on the air. And,
right,
And Chris Guthrie's CD is also produced by Steve, so...
Absolutely.
I just thought that was really cool. Anyway, listen, tell the audience a little bit about yourself, so we could know what we're getting when they go out and they get this CD called Silk.
Sure. Well, I'm from San Antonio, Texas. Lived here just about all my life, and my roots as a musician are in the blues and kind of an R&B kind of grounded background. But, I fell in love with jazz back in, the 80s. And it's near and dear to my heart. I love it so much. And so the music you're going to hear, it's all original. All the music is original. It's music that, like I said, came from the heart. Did a collaborative with Steve Oliver. And it's uplifting music. It's all got, positive vibe, even though there are very few songs with the lyrics on the album. But even the instrumental tracks are very, very positive in the spirit of the music. So it's feel-good music. It's easy to listen to. It puts you in the mood. So I'm really happy with the product.
Well, I'm really happy with it too. Listen, tell me a little bit about the song "Dancing in the River at Midnight." I played that last week on my overnight show. Yes.
Well, man, that it's funny, man. A lot of people want to know about that song because it's got an interesting title, and sometimes songs, especially instrumental music, can be a challenge to give titles to, because they don't always lend themselves to an obvious hook or link. But my music, because it's so personable and so personal to me, and it comes from the heart, a lot of the songs really they start out from a moment or an experience that I've had, and I write the melody or play the melody based on my personal experience. So that holds true for all the songs on that CD. So Dancing in the River at Midnight, I want the music to mean what it does for the listener, but just know that as the creator of the music and the songs, all my songs have come from my heart and from my personal experiences. So that's what that is. But it's funny. A lot of people want to know about that.
Yeah, I just thought it was a really cool name for a song.
Thank you.
Are you? Do you have a band that you're playing with regularly? I mean, because this was produced with you and Steve. I don't know who else was.
Right.
Who else is on it? So.
Yes, that particular product, you're right, was done with Steve Oliver and myself, and Steve does everything other than play the saxophone and sing the vocals. I'm doing the saxophone vocals. But I do have my own band and great musicians, and we play all over San Antonio, Texas. We'll travel anywhere. So I have a great group of bands, and I also have a band member of the group Frequencies. I don't know if you.
Sure. Actually, I think I have Group Frequencies on my playlist today. As a matter of fact.
Yes. And so I'm the sax player for that group as well. That's Johnny Stewart's project, and it's just he's a joy to work with as well. So. Well, I'm really fortunate.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say I've been really fortunate. I had some great opportunities to meet, perform with, and work with some great musicians. So.
Well,
happy.
Yeah. Well, I think I have to say it is just amazing to me the interrelationship between so many of the bands that play in the smooth jazz genre, because basically everybody knows each other.
You're right.
It's just amazing to me because I think what people don't understand really about most of the guys that play smooth jazz is that they are the backup bands for all the major acts. They're the studio musicians for all the major acts. They do the music behind all the commercials that you hear on the radio, or the television, and there's so much talent there. That is, and then they come together and they make these CDs, which I get the fortune to play on the air, and I just love it.
Sure. Like I said, this is the recording industry and reaching out on the national levels for music it's all new to me. It's a brand new endeavor, and I love it. But you're so right. The smooth jazz community, if you will, is full of just really warm, receptive musicians, and it's like a big family. I've had the opportunity to work and meet with Will Donato. He's a great guy, man. He's an open heart, just a wonderful person. Same thing with Adam Hawley. I've done some work with him here in town, and these guys are just great. Peter White came through, and I played with him, and we went to lunch the next day, and it's really incredible that these artists that are on national level, world class musicians are really just down to earth people, and they're very warm and receptive to newcomers. So my hat's off to them. Steve Oliver's the same way. Just great cats that are welcoming to new guys.
It is really astounding. Basically, you just repeated my playlist.
Great, man.
I play Will Donato and I play Adam Hawley. I play all the time. It's just amazing. So, listen, tell my audience a little bit about how they can stay in touch with BillyRay Sheppard and his music and his band.
Sure. Well, I'm all over social media. Again, my name is BillyRay Sheppard. You can find me on Facebook under BillyRay Sheppard. You can go to my website, which is www.billyraysheppard.com. I'm on Twitter, just all over social media. I love to hear from everybody, anybody. It doesn't matter. If you like the music, great. If you have some questions about anything, I'm just an open book. I love to hear from people. I'm very social and approachable. So, yeah, just reach out to me on all of the social networks.
Well, they can get your CD through the normal places, I guess. Right now, what if?
Yeah, it's available. Yeah, the CD is available everywhere. You can buy it directly from the website. You can get it from CD Baby. You can get it from Google Music. You can get it from iTunes. You can download it. You can buy hard copies. However, whatever your normal mode of purchasing music, the CD Silk is available there.
Well, that is really grand. Hey, listen, I just want to say, man, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. It's always great. I mean, I love to have musicians on my show because it gives the audience an inside track into all of what's going on. And me, I'm a smooth jazz evangelist, man. I think everybody should be listening to it. That's.
Well, I agree with you, man. I agree with you.
So I just want to say it's really been a pleasure, and if you could just hold on the phone for a little bit when we get off the air,
yeah,
I'd like to just say goodbye to you personally. But right now,
absolutely. But I just want to add two things, man. 2 quick points. I want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Robert McLean from Sundial Media that does a lot of my marketing for me. A great job, and Mr. Stanley Sharpshire of Big Bib Entertainment that produced. So. Thanks, big shout out to those two, and thank you very much for having me on the show.
Sure, and we should add the Garov brothers, Jason, and
absolutely
in there as well.
Man,
two great guys.
Those cats are amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So listen, I just want to say it's really been a pleasure, and I'm gonna take you out with a little bit more of Heels and Pearls. So
let's do it.
Okay, you got it. Bye.
Thank you, George.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little interview with BillyRay Sheppard. Go out and get his music, man. It's really a fine CD, really very good. And actually, he just mentioned that he plays saxophone for Groove Frequencies. And so I'm going to play a little bit of Groove Frequencies to just so you can listen to BillyRay Sheppard some more. This is something brand new from them, CD called Groove Frequencies also. And this is called Imagine This.